Hello, it's Keith from Kinvert, and I'm getting ready to go to Duna. Now, I tried before, and what I found was the amount of delta V I got on the first stage here was not enough to really get me up to where I needed to be for this here. So, yeah, I'm getting ready to launch again. I've added more fuel, as you can see, with all these ad hoc tanks strewn about, but this should be able to get me there. I'll go over this big base in a minute, and then I've got some other things I'm launching. I'm launching a big relay. It's called Relay Big, and yeah, so what it's got is 9 of the RA-15s in it, and then this is just what's gonna get me there. I've got this set up in case I want to expand this later, because later on I'm gonna be able to get, you know, better relays and whatnot. So I made this so it's somewhat expandable, and I did change it up a bit too. I had an engine here and whatnot, but anyway, I think this is gonna work, and this is mostly in case I'm trying to transmit science or anything. And then I've also got a hopper, so I'm gonna go to Ike, manned hopper, full stack 2. Okay, so this is gonna have a scientist in it, and I basically just copied the other, and it's a bit of overkill. And then I can probably even land this on Ike 1 or 2, maybe 3 times before I gotta switch to this, so I should be able to get a lot of science. It's basically the same booster stage, and yeah, I've just got all the science I can. A lander can, nothing here is returning. I've also got it set up so it can be part of a you know, docked with something later in case I want to send a science lab and start building an orbital space station around Ike or Duna. This is not meant to land on Duna at all. It could kiss into the atmosphere a bit and get a little bit of science from there, but ultimately this is meant as a hopper around Ike, and then it can kind of hop back over to that main base, and that's what I'll talk about now. I talked about it before, but I don't know how I'm going to edit that video in because the launch was a fail. Not in a spectacular way or anything. I just the thrust to weight ratio was too low here, and I spent all my, you know, energy sitting at a big angle trying to thrust upwards a bit while I'm trying to circularize. I just wasted a lot of delta V, so kind of a boring video. Oh, this is just the hopper. The big thing is the base, and that's the and then return science. That's what's going to be more or less returning the science back. It's like a little probe. It's gonna land. Here's the full base. Now, I'm doing kind of a 2 birds with 1 stone thing. So I've got multiple missions, and one of them needs me to have 1500 monopropellant. That's part of what made this so heavy, and it needs a science lab, and it needs a cupola. You know, and I want to be able to get full science. I want to be able to return the science. So this just ended up being super heavy, and it needs to land on wheels. And it needs 12 Kerbals. So this is what I came up with. I'm sure there's better ways to do it, but this is the way that I did it. And I used to have 3 little drones like connected here, so 3 little rockets that I could fly around, and they each had like 1200 delta V. And I found that was enough for like 1 big biome hop, and that's it. And so that's why I got rid of those, saved some of the mass on this. Now I should have a fair bit extra delta V here, so I'm more comfortable landing this on Ike. Slightly better thrust to weight ratio. Anyway, this is what I'm going to go with, and we will see how it goes. I'll probably fast forward a lot of this, but I need to start actually going and getting the right date, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go into here. I think I've got a time warp forward about 300 days. I might be approximately on the right date. I thought I wanted to be around 300 days. Something like that. So I might be at around the right date. And I've got reasonably good missions. So I probably don't need to time warp much further. I think I'm just going to go ahead and time warp to 300 and just go for that. It was around 300, but I don't know exactly where it was. So I'll just go straight to 300-ish. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to start going for it. I'm going to do a last quick save before I probably mess everything up. If the mess-ups are interesting, I'll include them, but so far they've just been kind of boring. Alright, I'm going to save, and this time I'm going to go up to quick save 3. I wish that it had, because I usually put a name after to describe things. Well, I do have a, alright, I'll go with 4. Okay. What am I going to launch first? I guess it doesn't matter. The one that I'm least invested in is the one that's going to go into highly eccentric polar orbit, the relay. So I guess I'll launch that one first in preparation of the others. And yeah, this is just going to be 3 launches. I might end up editing this and getting rid of all my talking I'm doing now and just voiceover, because it's going to be pretty redundant. Alright, it was relay, big, 2D. It's got all this stuff. Does it have the solar? Where did I put the solar? There they are. Alright. I'm just going to launch, and I don't think there's anything I'm missing. I'm just going to launch. Unable. Unavailable experimental parts. The vessel contains experimental parts which are not available at the moment. 2 RCS fuel tanks. What? I did do like a load. How's this? What is it? It's probably these. Let's go to here. Do I just need to buy this? Maybe I made this and then reloaded. Now it'll launch? Okay, I must have made this craft file when I had time warped forward a bit, because I was trying to find the right launch window. And so I did several launches trying to find one that gets me a little less delta V than the others, and I found it's at around day 300-ish. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just do the launch, and I'm just going to go straight east. Reasonable thrust-to-weight ratio on this stage. Sorry about the audio. I tried to get people to be quiet, but they apparently didn't listen to that. Like, I'm not being passive-aggressive. They don't understand English, so I'm not, you know. Alright, so we're going up, and yeah, I don't quite want a physics warp, so this is just going to be a little slow and boring. But yeah, so far the ascent is looking good. I'm going to get the map view while everything's reasonably stable and be able to keep my eye on the apps. Getting supersonic here. These boosters are going to be running out before too long. I've found that right before the boosters run out tends to be the most unstable for most of my rockets. So I'm just going to be ready for that. And then make sure things settle down before they should fall away fine. Let's try to keep this flat though. That went well. Alright. We're at 23,000 already, and I'm not aimed very far to the horizon. And I've still got 1500 delta V here. And my apoapse is out quite a long time. If I remember, I even need to intentionally stage this away kind of early. So I'm just going to start to burn sideways and push this around, because I don't really... Yeah, I've got enough delta V to basically circularize this, so... Alright, so here we are. Aimed at the horizon. My apoapse is still rising. My thrust to weight is quite good, so I'm just going to circularize up here. I'll just warp to here. Let me first extend solar. Not that it's going to matter, but if I run out of battery, deploy that, find my solar. I don't want to have the batteries die and not have these extended. Is there a third? Maybe. I thought I saw one. Wasn't there one? Alright. maybe that's all of them. At least one's extended. I'm gonna warp up to here. So far I've still got a good connection. Alright, prograde. It's full throttle, I don't care. Is it gonna go? What's up with this? Is it just being all wobbly? Well, holy cow, how long is it gonna do this? Okay, now it's at retrograde. I guess physics warp until I get close to prograde, and then throttle up gently. Okay. I'm gonna switch back to this. Maybe I should not have deployed that fairing. Well, anyway, I'm falling down, so I'm just gonna go full throttle and... Alright. I'm not even in atmosphere. So I guess I need things to not wobble around more than I need to save that mass, so it looks like you get to watch a second launch. Chances are this is going to be fairly heavily edited, because that was just really boring. I'm probably talking, and you're probably not going to hear it, but whatever. So yeah, I'm just kind of tilting over here. The hard part is I tried to record this now and get the commentary while my son is sleeping. He's almost a year old now, and so I don't get many times where I get actual reasonable quiet. And like it's a weekend and my neighbors are not mowing their lawn. Like it's just insanely good timing for me to record this. Alright, let's take a look from here. And this time I want to turn earlier. The last trajectory was pretty bad, I think. See, right now it's not wobbly. That fairing must just hold everything in there stable. I don't know how it works. Alright, so we're getting ready to stage this. Alright, get to my map view. So yeah, just pushing this a little more circular. I don't want to be quite so steep as I am. Where's my... I'm good in the atmosphere, alright, so I'm going to start turning a lot more. I just don't want this to raise so quick. Alright, now I'm going to do stability assist there. I wonder how that upper stage is going to be once I stage this away. Is that thing just going to still flop everywhere? Alright, this time I'm going to warp here without bothering... Oh, I need to do the solar at least. Oh. What have I got? I've got a lot of electric. I'm just going to warp here. I'm going to turn off stability assist first. What, did it not take or what? Maybe I missed clicking warp here? I don't know. Alright. Stability assist back on. I'm going to leave that fairing on because it's up here that it just got all wonky as heck. Yeah, that fairing, that's the only difference. So yeah, I'm circularizing the orbit. I need another 500 delta V. Alright, so I am going to run out. That's a bummer. Ooh, I hope this works. It's not being too wobbly, is it? Not yet. And yeah, this I'm carrying this the whole way, so I'm in my final stage here. Gonna circularize this and then start to worry about solar and whatnot. I'm going to almost have to edit these down. I mean, this is going to take forever. Alright, I have a feeling this is not very circular. I guess it's not that bad. I'm going to time warp around to the sun. I'm going to ditch this. Get to the sun. I just don't want to have to redo anything. Alright, solar time. Are there only 2 of these? Maybe there's 3? Seems like I would have done 3 so they don't crash through the antenna so obviously. Once they rotate to face the sun, they might crash through. I guess yeah, they're starting to crash a little. I guess it doesn't matter. We're in orbit. So now, map view, and start to get my Duna encounter. Set as target. Oh, I'm going to have to do like 3 launches and then 3 mid-course corrections and then 3 circularizations, so I'm going to have to juggle, actually. Alright. So that is my destination, is Duna. I'm going to do my burn here-ish. Add maneuver. Speed up to 900 or so. Okay. That's not enough. It's amazing how that little delta V just pops you right out. Okay, speed up a bit. It's not going to take much. This is taking more than I thought. Alright, hopefully I get a good 0.1. That's enough to throw things off. Okay. I might even straight up get an encounter without having to adjust a lot. Okay. Zoom in. And we've got 900. Alright, go to here. Go to here. And start to adjust the timing. That looks better. Better. 600. Gonna reduce this. 174. Was this 68 or 168? That's 90. Okay, so I need to go further this way. Was that an encounter? Beautiful. And as a matter of fact, I'm planning on getting this into a polar orbit, and that's just about ideal for that, I think. I think I'm going to just do this burn, so that's 1,000 delta V out of my 3,000. I think I'm going to still have 1,000 delta V in the tanks when I'm all said and done. I guess we'll find out. So now I need to time warp just far enough to do this burn, and then I need to remember not to worry about the other burns. Got to do them one at a time. Alright, so I'm at 20 minutes to my burn. I'm going to time warp and just watch the clock. 17, 16, 15... and then watch until this is down to 45 seconds or whatever it's going to be. There it is. Aim at the maneuver node, which is going to be prograde-ish. Throttle up a little. Give it time to slowly... burn time, not well, that's because of that throttle setting. I don't think I need to do anything here. Should I physics warp? I mean, I don't know if this is gonna wobble. It is, it is. Okay, don't. So I'm not gonna time warp. We will just wait. Alright, so I'm gonna turn on just normal stability assist. Turn it there. No time warp for this. I am full throttle. See, I've got 1600 electric. And I've never done a science transmission. I did a science transmission that was failing at 200 electric. So I'm hoping I've got enough electricity that this relay is going to be able to bounce, but I don't know if it uses the electricity to bounce. Relay it from Duna to Kerbal. I just don't know enough about the system. I didn't test it fully. Aim over here. Try to get the maneuver node reasonably close. Oh, that was good. So there's that maneuver node. And at this point, this guy is just on an escape from Kerbal. The solar is working. I can turn off stability assist. And at this point, I'm ready to launch the other ones. And I will do that in the next video. So I'm going to launch the main huge ridiculous base that is going to accomplish the Duna mission, hopefully, and the Ike mission. And I'm also going to be launching the hopper, which is going to be getting most of my science. And I can quick head back and show you that kind of as the outro, showing the thing that I'm going to launch. And then, yeah, we're going to get something like, I don't remember what it's going to be, like $3 million bucks. And probably enough science, I hope, to unlock the rest of the tech tree. And then I can start basically sending anything. I'm going to have better engines and whatnot. One thing that's a little disappointing is throughout the game, I think that you always have the same tankage fraction, so the same ratio of mass to, you know, of the structure of the tank to the fuel in the tank. I wish that as you went up the tech tree, you got better tankage fractions. That's one bummer. Let's see, manned hopper, Ike base full stack. So this is the next. This is the most important one. I don't know if this is what I'm going to launch next or if I'm going to do the hopper next. But anyway, we're getting ready to finish we've got our Duna window. I think we're pretty close to it. I don't know if I should wait a little longer or now, but I'm launching around year 3, day 300, and I found that's about a good time for my Delta V. Anyway, this is Keith from Kinvert, and we will see you in the next one when we launch to Duna. Bye-bye.